What's up, guys? Welcome to another Premier League prediction. I think this is match day 26, and some incredible things happened on the weekend. Well, not for me as a Chelsea fan. To be honest, for me it just hurt like hell, and I didn't make a rant video about it, but I'm not going to go into that. So, we're going to talk about the games. So, first game will be. First game will be West Ham versus Fulham on Friday, and for that game, I'm gonna say West Ham 2, Fulham 1. Reason being because when Fulham first Man United at their home ground, they freaking got back to 3-0. And I know you're thinking, okay, it's Man United, they're completely different to West Ham. West Ham was still their clock because of Felipe Anderson and Hernandez. So it's just as simple as that. So I'm going to say West Ham 2, Fulham 1. So next game at 3 o'clock, Burnley versus Tottenham. Now, this is basically going to be an easy win for Tottenham, even though I know Harry Kane's been out and he's going to be out for like a couple of more games. The dead team that's Tottenham. Burnley, I just don't see them hanging on, to be honest with you. I don't see them hanging on. Fair enough, they did win their last game against Brighton 3-1, but that momentum against Tottenham, I just don't believe it's going to work, really. So, to be honest with you, the final score for that is going to be, Burnley 1 and Tottenham 3. Alright, next one, Newcastle versus Huddersfield. Now, this could actually be an interesting one. But, to be honest with you, Newcastle, they drew with Wolves, but they actually could have won the game. But the thing is that Wolves actually scored at, the 94th, 95th minute. I'm not sure. You guys leave in the comments down below. But Newcastle have actually been alright. When they beat Man City 2-1 at the home ground, that's massive for them. That's actually massive for them. They signed a £20 million player. They're breaking records. Newcastle are actually doing something. Rafa is actually getting this team to some new limits. This is actually insane. But against Huddersfield, who are the worst team in the freaking league, losing final to Chelsea, losing 2-1 to Arsenal. So essentially, yes, you Arsenal fans, you let Huddersfield score, so you can even keep clean sheet against Huddersfield. So that's it all. But so that I believe Newcastle are going to win. It's just as simple as that. I'm going to say Newcastle 2, Huddersfield 0, 2 goals from Rondon. Alright, moving on to the next game, Cardiff City versus Watford. Now, looking at the previous game, Cardiff City, they actually won their game against Southampton, surprisingly. They actually won freaking 2-1. And then, for Watford, what was Watford's last game? Yeah, they won 1-0. But Watford's team are pretty much stronger than Cardiff's team. This is Cardiff's team is basically Glenn Murray, the 30-year-old guy, 30-year-old striker. And then for Watford, they have Troy Deeney and other players like that. So essentially, Watford's team are just there. So for this one, I'm going to say, what I predict for this one, I'm going to say Cardiff City 0, Watford 3. I think Watford will just whoop their clock. It's just as simple as that. They're just going to beat their ass. Alright, Bournemouth versus Wolves. Now, we know Wolves came back to actually salvage a point against Newcastle, which is kind of upsetting for their standards, knowing that they did beat us, and I think they beat Arsenal as well, and drew against Man City. So for them to draw against Newcastle, that's a bit of a letdown for them. But nonetheless, they're still 7th place in the league. So to be honest with you, Bournemouth are crap, losing 3-0 against Liverpool. And how are you going to think, oh, but you lost 4-0 against Bournemouth? Yeah, well, that's gone. So essentially, Liverpool beat Bournemouth 3-0. And for this one, I'm going to say Bournemouth 2, Wolves 4. So Wolves will just whoop their clock 4-2. It's just as simple as that. Bournemouth are pretty much going to rely on Josh King and Fraser or something like that, or maybe Brooks. But I still feel as though Wolves are going to score because of the players that they have, Ruben Neves and Adam Traore. Let's go. Next game at 3 o'clock. Alright, Leicester City versus Crystal Palace. Now, this is going to be a very, 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 very tight game. Leicester City losing 3-1 against Tottenham. And for Crystal Palace, drawing 1-1 against West Ham. So, Crystal Palace, Wilfred Zaha FC. I feel as though Leicester City will get the goals, but I feel as though they'll also just draw that game. It's same with Crystal Palace; they'll just draw it. Like, because let's be honest, those are the type of teams where one game they play sick, one game they play crap. I know you can say every single Premier League team is like that, but on a consistent basis, sometimes they play like shite, sometimes they play very good. All right, so for this one, it's going to be a tight score. So I'm going to say Leicester City 2, Crystal Palace 2. And now, Chelsea versus Brighton. Now, we're not going to recall on Chelsea's previous game, but I know that Chelsea have been going through a bunch of bollocks. We have been going through a bunch of bollocks, considering the last game we played like absolute dog crap, and I do not want to go in it. I know when we played dog crap, I watched the whole freaking game, but for this one, we're against Brighton. So essentially for Brighton, maybe they can salvage something from this. Maybe I don't know. They probably won't salvage anything. So for this one, I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Brighton 1. I'm not going to say we're going to whip their ass 4-0. Well, pretty much, we should actually whip their ass freaking 7-0. You know why? Because we conceded 6 freaking goals against Man City, all right? So we got to make up for that freaking goal difference, knowing that we're behind our Arsenal, those pieces of crap. So essentially for this one, I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Brighton 1. Then a game on Sunday, which will be Arsenal versus Southampton. Now, this should actually be an easy win for Arsenal. I remember the last time they versus Southampton, they got their clock whooped, knowing that Kashani was playing at centre-back, but they're still a dead squad anyway. The last game, they beat Huddersfield 2-1, fair enough, but let's be honest, it's Huddersfield, and they still conceded a goal, so that shows you that their defence is still dodgy. You know your defence is dodgy when you're conceding against Huddersfield, let's be honest. So, for that game, I'm going to say Arsenal 2, Southampton 0. And yes, I'm going to say they're going to keep a clean sheet, because with Arsenal, you don't know what you're going to get from them. Let's be real. It's Arsenal, for frick's sake. Now, for the big ass game, right? Manchester United, who are currently 4th place, right? Lost against PSG, by the way. Lost against PSG, okay? Losing 2-0 in the Champions League. Pogba getting sent off at the 89th minute. So you guys can suck it. But Manchester United versus Liverpool at Old Trafford. Liverpool desperately needs to freaking win this if they want to keep the title race going. They desperately need a win for this game, and this will be freaking crucial for them. So essentially, for this one, it's going to be very, very tough. Man United, I think, being Fulham 3-0. Pogba scoring 2 goals, Martial with that brilliant freaking finish. I'm not going to lie, skips past one defender and puts in the bottom right-hand corner. And then Liverpool kicking ass as well, being Bournemouth 3-0. You know, Sadio Mane, Salah, you know, they're just doing bits. But for this one, it's going to be a very, very tight game. I don't think neither team's going to win it, to be honest with you. And Man United are actually on form this time because Mourinho's gone, right? They've tossed him out of the club. So essentially, you know, it's not going to be like last time when they lost 3-1 at Anfield, which then I think the next day after, that's when Mourinho got sacked. So you know they freaking hate losing against that team. So essentially, my prediction for that game, I'm going to say Manchester United 4, Liverpool 4. I think it's going to be a thriller of a freaking game, to be honest with you. I still think City will win their game and still go above Liverpool. They're only above Liverpool now, but they're above them on goal difference, but I think they'll be above them in terms of points. So essentially, it's going to be a mad freaking game. It's going to be lots of goals, lots of drama, lots of scraps in the freaking middle of the park, and it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So Manchester United 4, Liverpool 4, and that is the end of this Premier League prediction, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, comment down below your predictions for the game and why. You also comment who you think is going to score and why. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Premier League Match Day 27. I'll see you guys in a bit, and peace.